What is science?
Science is a particular way of knowing about the world. In science, explanations are restricted to those that can be inferred from confirmable data, or the results obtained through observations and experiments that can be sustained by other scientists. Anything that can be observed or measured is amenable to scientific investigation. Explanations that cannot be based on empirical evidence are not part of science. Neat, huh?
So, what is science?
It's anatomy.
It's biology.
Often?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Glad to see you here.
You too. You're pretty cute.
Oh, you're kind of pretty. How was your day?
It was pretty good. Got to see you.
It's always good.
I love your
It's
dress.
chemistry.
It's physics! Please.
Consider the following.
Drake equation, as shown here, is a theoretical equation for determining the number of intelligent life forms within this galaxy. Wow!
Let me break it down for you. N equals the number of civilizations in our galaxy, which communication might be possible. R equals the average rate of star formations per year in our galaxy. F sub p equals to represent the fraction of stars of those that have planets. N sub e represents the average number of planets that can potentially support life per star that has planets. F sub e represents the fraction of the above that actually go on to develop life at some point. F sub I represents the fraction of the above that actually go on to develop intelligent life. F sub c equals the fraction of civilizations that keep technology that releases detectable signs of their existence into space. And L represents the length of time for which civilizations release signals. Does that make sense?
How about no? Let's put it into perspective. Here we have a bean bowl. The bean bowl represents the universe. Each bean represents a galaxy. Now the brown bean represents our galaxy, which does contain intelligent life form. Each green bean, according to the equation, represents a galaxy that could possibly contain other intelligent life forms.
Because there are billions and billions of galaxies, each containing billions and billions of stars, of which 20 to 50% have planets orbiting them, even if Earth was 1 in a billion, there are still thousands, if not millions, of life forms out there. So basically, that is a lot of life.
Because if there wasn't, that'd be an awful waste of space. Thank you for joining us on
Consider the following.
Let's talk about something extremely important in this day and age, the nature of science. Science, broken down into simple terms, is the pursuit of the truth. It is the quest for understanding. Science involves a great deal of careful observation that eventually produces an elaborate written description of the natural world. However, these observations are not to be mistaken with the textbook formula for science. Pose a question, background research, construct a hypothesis, test with the experiment, analyze, and conclude. Real science happens through trial and error, not through a cookie-cutter formula.
However, the statements of science should never be accepted as final truth. Instead, over time, they generally form a sequence of increasingly more accurate statements. Nevertheless, in the case of heliocentrism as in evolution, the data are so convincing that accuracy of the theory is no longer questioned in science. Science is trying to answer the question, how do you know what you know? The answer to that question is, we don't. We will never fully understand the world in which we live. However, science offers the best explanation. It helps us to become a better adapted to our environment and to put our resources to better use, thus making us a more efficient society.
The movements of the moon and stars are not precisely synchronized with those of the sun. The world around us is constantly changing and evolving. During the late Middle Ages, and especially the Renaissance, beautiful brass models known as oraries were made to show the relative positions and movements of the sun, planets, and moon as they circled the earth. Now you know.
Science can be as simple as dropping a pencil and knowing it's going to fall, or as complicated as calculating the velocity at which a rocket needs to be launched into space. Remember, science is not always the answer, but yet the constant pursuit of the truth. We will never truly be able to answer the question, how do you know what you know? But through the developments of science, we can better understand the world around us. The only way to truly explore and find out how you know what you know is to experiment for yourself. If it won't hurt you, try stuff and see what happens.
It's time to try defying gravity.
Ah, Hannah, what the heck?
I'm sorry, I just looked up and
I'm still recording.
you're looking at me the camera with such creepy eyes.
I'm not.
Then go.
Like really creepy smile, like Stajin smile, like.
No, okay. But
Drop it like a shot. So wait, we go below the camera.
Okay, I'm thinking.
No, no way.
Yes, coming down.
Like one of those, like, she's Anna, and I'm Nick, and this is H&N Science. Like one of those. Did you record that?
Into perspective for you. Say each being represents
Stuff!
the universe. Okay. Don't touch your table, don't touch your table. Are you scratching your eyebrow? No!
Okay. Hold it.